It's an all new season of Minor League Baseball, the show, starting next. And we welcome you to San Antonio Missions Baseball. And now, the voice of the Missions, here's John Baker. Well, thank you, everybody, and hello. Is everybody doing? Well, I gotta say, it's been a long while after September 25th, 2024, but now we are super excited as we bring you another new season of baseball right here to the San Antonio area. It is the first game of our three-game set with the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles and your returning San Antonio Missions. Well, gotta say, Mother Nature does look very, very frisky tonight. We do have pretty much a good chance of rain through the evening, going into the latter part of the evening. Well, it is opening night 2025 as these two teams get ready to play baseball here tonight. And so far, we'll give you teams right here and right now. We got the Arkansas Travelers tonight playing at Midland, Northwest Arkansas at Tulsa, Corpus Christi at Frisco, and Amarillo at San Antonio. Well, we got two teams that get rained out. That is Wichita at Springfield. And boy, howdy, they are getting severe weather like you wouldn't believe. But that severe weather goes pretty much through Dallas and all the way here to San Antonio. It's just one of them evenings where we might get a lot of rain, and I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. What weather forecast there, John, says we could have rain and thunderstorms throughout the entire evening as well. And I would reckon so there, Bob. Well, anyway, we are getting ready for this one here this evening, and so far it is going to be a wet one, as we're starting to see the rainfall right now. But we'll welcome you to tonight's opening night game and broadcast here this evening. And we are going to go ahead and get started with everybody in the lineups. But first, we're going to go over the starters, and we'll go one by one as they take the sidelines in this one. So here he is, Connor Grams, Austin Pope, Joe Iblis, Dylan Ray, Avery Short, Jamison Hill, Spencer Gessling, Thiago Vieira, and Scott McGraw, Kyle Edmett, Will Mabry, Logan Clayton, and Christian Montes de Oca. All right, for the visitors tonight, here's the starting lineups for the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Leading it off is second base is Manuel Pena. Batting shortstop in the second is Tommy Troy. Batting third is the first baseman Jackson Feltner. Batting fourth is Gino Groover playing the hot corner third baseman position. Batting fifth is Gavin Conticello. He bats fifth playing right field. Batting sixth is Kevin Sim. He's the designated hitter. Batting seventh is Anderson Rojas. He's in left field. Batting eighth is Alvin Guzman. And batting ninth, playing in the catcher position, that is Caleb Roberts. Starter on the hill for Amarillo, Connor Grams. Grams, tonight's starting Amarillo pitcher. Well, we're getting ready for the San Antonio lineups as well. And here is your reserves. Jagger Haynes, Ryan Bergert, Isaiah Lowe, Austin Crubb, Henry Baez, Omar Cruz, Jason Blanchard, Logan Gillespie, Austin Davis, Raul Brito, Ryan Orch, Kevin Kopps, and Harold Chorino. Now here's the starting lineups for the San Antonio Missions as we get things started for their lineups. Leading off in left field is Albert Fabian. Fabian in left. Batting second is Ethan Salas, as he's the catcher. Batting third is Joshua Mears. He'll be in center field. Mears in center. Marcos Castañon will be batting fourth. He'll be at first base. Castañon at first. Right fielder returning to San Antonio. He bats fifth. Kai Murphy. Batting sixth is Cole Roederer. He's the designated hitter. Batting seventh is Yendry Rojas. He's the third baseman tonight. Batting eighth, returning from El Paso, is Ripken Reyes. He'll be tonight in second base. Batting ninth is Leodalis DeVries. He'll be in the shortstop area, and that rounds out the batting order for San Antonio. On the hill is Jagger Haynes. Haynes pitching for San Antonio. Well, if we are ready to get this show on the road, let's get to it and get this one started. So, y'all ready? Well, let's go ahead and let's play ball. This broadcast is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. And for a lot that don't know, you can get online and book your reservation online.
Yo, San Antonio Mission.
Well, Missions are taking the field now as, this is a rainy evening for us. And here's a left-hander, Jagger Haynes, as he takes the mound for the Missions. What we know about him, Bob? That 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Boy, that is a big difference right there as he gets something going. And for this guy, you better watch where he throws that ball because he can literally get after you on that one. Well, leading off is Manuel Pena as we get set for this campaign. And here is the first pitch. And underway is the 2025 season as that is called for a strike. It's 0-1. Boy, rain is coming down here at the ballpark. And a lot of fans bring their umbrellas. And so far, yes, the baseball field getting much needed water. Yeah, for sure. 0-2 the count now to Pena. Amarillo wearing their road grays, San Antonio wearing their home whites, and Bravo Plus, a good, perfect laundry detergent that keeps our home whites and our grays, our flying chanclas, and everything else nice and clean. From dirt stains to all types of stains, that's what Bravo Plus is used for. Now here's the starting lineups for the Sod Poodles, and I will say the designated hitter, Kevin Sim, is pretty good. And pretty much he is. Shortstop Tommy Troy coming in. Here's the pitch to him, and that is high fly in the air, foul. And it's 0-1. Got a lot of traffic on Highway 90. And yes, the rain is coming down here in San Antonio. High flying in the air, center fielder Mears Give it chase, and he can't get there. And that is over the wall for the ground rule double.
First baseman, Jackson Feltner.
And Jackson Feltner is coming in. Is about ready to go. Feltner coming in. Runner at second, one away. High fly in the air. Cedeno in near the half middle of first and second makes the play. That's out number 2. Third baseman Gino Groover coming in for the Sod Poodles here tonight. Well, if you're just tuning in to this weekend matinee, glad you're coming in with us on this rainy Friday night, first game of the season. 168 games, 69 home, 69 road, with my best friend and partner, Bob, I would say. Yeah, you forgot my name already? Boy, I'm ashamed right there, John. Yeah, I do apologize about that, Bob. A pretty good place for baseball, right? Yeah. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Get him down on strikes, and that's the half inning over. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We head to the bottom of the first, and it's no score through the top half of 1. Well, we'll be right back as we get set for the first break of 2025 here in this one. Got more baseball on opening night 2025 here in this one. Stay tuned. About ready for the bottom of the first right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Well, right-hander comes on, Connor Grams. And, well, look at that there, Bob. Oh, my goodness. And this guy can throw 98 on a 4-seam fastball, curveball, changeup, 2-seam fastball. But the thing you got to look out for is that fastball. Whew, that 98 can plunk a bird in the head. Left fielder is Albert Fabian as he comes in for San Antonio. Boy, it is a rainy evening, I would say. Yeah, it is. That one is high in the air up to center. And that is out number 1. Well, defensively, let's give you the starting lineups for San Antonio. And gotta say, it's pretty nice to see Joshua Mears in center and just a lot of good playing prospects in the Padres organization. Yeah, John, I gotta say, pretty nice on that. Next batter up is the catcher Ethan Salas. As he takes a strike inside, it's 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike the count to him. And the pitch. That one is blistered high in the air up to right center. And that is out number 2.
Batting third, the center fielder, Joshua.
Well, the center fielder is Joshua Mears. As he comes in. Boy, get thunderstorms just coming unglued here this evening. As we're going through, and yes, we're not even close to the start of this ball game and broadcast. This one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides here in San Antonio, right off 1604 and 151. And right there, strike three, and that will do for this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Missions. As we head now to the top of the second, no score through one on opening night 2025. So we'll be back right after our proud commercial message, and this one by Henry's Buffy Tacos. About ready to go for the top of the second inning right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Fifth batter up is Gavin Conticello as he comes in. That one hits high in the air up to left field. Fabian will get there and he'll make the play for the outs.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Kevin.
Designated hitter Kevin Sim coming in as well. Nice rain shower, and yes, the field getting that much needed water. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. That one high in the air, up to right center. Campbell will make the play,
The left fielder, Anderson.
and that's out number two. Anderson Rojas, the left fielder, drawing up seventh for the Amarillo order. Here's the pitch to him, swing and a miss in the four-seam fastball. And that is for a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off, and it's 0-2. Well, I'm starting to see a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings, huh, Bob? Well, not even the start of this ball game, and I will say it's getting pretty good. He jumps throws, and he gets them right there out at first. And we have to look at that again. Beautiful play as the third to first will make the play, and that's the half inning over. So Marcos Castellon will lead us off in the bottom of the second inning. And we'll be back with Missions Baseball here in this home opener of 2025. Well, this proud broadcast is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. And for more, visit westcreektrailrides.com and book your appointment for a horseback ride and their website. Well, we got our sponsors tonight. We all know West Creek is #1 in San Antonio. Well, we got also Henry's Puffy Tacos. So Taco Tuesday, $7.99 for a taco plate. That's pretty impressive right there. And we get something pretty good, and that is Whataburger. This one's served hot and fresh. First one opening up in Corpus Christi, Texas in 1970, which that is also pretty good as well. Well, we're about ready to go for the bottom of 2, and stepping in for San Antonio is Marcos Castañon. He leads us off here in the bottom of 2, and that's a ball down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. So I got to say, John, what did you do over our off season? Well, pretty much did a lot, as you all may know. Did a lot of horseback riding and just had a lot of fun. Anything else exciting? Oh yeah, the movie's Twister came out. Oh, you mean Twisters? Yes. Oh, yeah, with Glenn Powell and the other actresses as well coming in that one. Yeah, for sure. 2-2 the count now to Castellon. Bottom of 2, no score. And that one is fouled off, and he'll see another. Boy, just rain like nothing else on opening night. That one hit to the third base area. He'll throw to first, and that is out #1.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, Jacob Campbell.
And the right fielder is Jacob Campbell as he comes in. As he's ready to go. And the pitch. That one hit to the shortstop area. Throw to first, and that's out #2.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. So he comes in as well. New to the Padres organization, free agency, but gets drafted in 2023 by the Padres. One ball, no strikes, 2 away, and that's in for a strike. It's 1-1. Opening night underway for us here in the show and for us here in San Antonio as we're taking on Amarillo and a 3-game set. And it's off to Corpus Christi right after that. And I got to say, John, absolutely right about that as well. Well, we come back with our 6-game set after that. Tuesday, April 15th, we are taking on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals in a 6-game set in that. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on as we end 2. And it's no score through 2. So back for more right after this on this rainy season opener of 2025. We're back for the top of the 3rd inning. Ready to go after these commercial messages. This one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. Well, I gotta say, if you're joining us and you're loving the festivities here tonight, as we head to the top of the third inning for Amarillo, it's home opener night as we celebrate baseball. Don't forget, tomorrow evening is our post-game fireworks extravaganza, so stick around after tomorrow's game. Sunday, 1:05, our first pitch against Amarillo in this one. Well, here is Alvin Guzman as he leads off the top of the third inning for Amarillo. And the pitch. Right there and inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. Boy, isn't it hard to keep that baseball dry with the rain we're getting this evening? Yeah, I know, Bob. It really is. That one is high fly in the air. Up to right field is Campbell, and he'll make the play for the out. One away here in this half inning.
The catcher, Caleb Roberts.
Catcher is Caleb Roberts. As he takes a strike inside, it's 0-1. Boy, I wish the rain would hold off to the end of the ball game, but I don't really think Mother Nature's going to hold that off for much longer. Yeah, I really don't think that's a opportunity right there for Mother Nature. Rojas at third makes the grab, but that's out number 2.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Manuel.
Well, we do have those thunderstorms coming in at least a little bit. Second baseman Manuel Pena leads it back to the top of the lineup for the Sod Poodles. And the pitch. That's a swing down low at the slider. And that's the count now, 0-1. Well, pretty nice. We're getting the rain.
Ball 1.
And that's the count now, 1-1. Here's a 1-1 delivery, and that's going to be right to Castellon. Haynes will get it right there to first. That's the half inning over. So no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on. Midway through 3, no score through 3.5. So back here for more Texas League baseball as Yendry Rojas will lead things off for the bottom of 3. Oh, we're starting to get a little lightning. I can see it right now there, Bob. I got to say, John, it looks like you're right. Mother Nature's not going to hold off. Yeah, probably not. Well, getting a little rain here. It's not too awfully bad that we get some much needed rain. Yeah, pretty much not. But do have some thunderstorms in the overnight areas. We are checking Doppler radar right now. I mean, even through as we go bottom of 3 in just a few moments. And it looks like we do have a little bit of a thunderstorm headed right on top of San Antonio. It's not as bad, but there is a little lightning with it. But anyway, hopefully there ain't no hail, because that would be bad if have to get up in the middle of a paused broadcast. I mean, that would be bad too. I gotta say, John, yes, it would. But hopefully overnight tonight it will be. It's going to be storming. I don't want to kid you around about that. But anyway, we head to the bottom of the third for San Antonio, and they'll lead off Yendry Rojas. And the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, and it's count now 0-1. Stadium lights taking full effect here this evening, and looking for a first base hit and stuff, and that's going to be up to left field. That's getting down base hits. Boy, and tell you one thing, that Rojas had a pretty good shot at that left field area, and he got it right where he wanted it. Here's a newcomer. Here is Nerwillian Cedeno, as he's the second baseman here for San Antonio tonight. So pretty nice in that one, and that's going to be right there and in for a strike, and it's 1-1. That is lined up to center, and that's a base hit. Oh, wow. 2 back-to-back singles, and San Antonio's getting something going. Yeah, I sure hope they could get something going for the fans here on opening night. Bob, I wholeheartedly agree. They really need to. Well, evidently, if you knew who the Texas League champions were last year, the Arkansas Travelers beating Midland pretty bad. Oh, wow. I mean, I remember that. Here's another one. Shortstop Leodalis DeVries, new to the Padres organization. He'll start his pro ball in Double-A, which that is also good as well. First and second, nobody out here in the home half of 3. Opening night 2025. That one is right there. He'll go to second for the putout, but they will get one only.
Now batting the left field.
First and third now. The runner for San Antonio, first of the season, 90 feet away from scoring in. Yeah, and I got to say, John, pretty good for San Antonio. If they could get in there, get their first run of the ball game, that would be good too. Well, go to the top of the lineup. Left fielder Albert Fabian coming in. 0 for 1, a fly out last time up. And boy, you can really start to see the lightning just come in through that window. Fabian can get that runner home if he can knock in one. And that's going to be right there. And the first run for the Missions is in to score as they get the put out at second. Man, and evidently in that play, he got him out, but runner at first was safe. So I agree. The first baseman umpire over there is right about that. That one high in the air, and that is up to center. So 1 run on a couple of base hits, at least 2, and no errors. We head to the 4th. San Antonio up by a run. It's 1-0. So with the 4th inning, Tommy Troy will come in when we come back for Texas League Baseball. About ready for the top of the 4th inning for Amarillo, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. 1-0 early lead for San Antonio as we start 1-0. That one down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Ouch. 2 balls and no strikes. That is just rough around the edges, right, John? I do believe it is, but that's called in a strike as he throws in the 2-0 delivery. Now make it a 2-1 as that's called strike. That one is laced up the center, and that's a base hit. And that's going to be a leadoff single with nobody out. Well, Jackson Feltner coming in. And the pitch. That one high in the air. Left fielder Fabian getting under it will run it down as that is out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman.
Our corner man, that is Gino Groover. Coming in for Amarillo. And the pitch. That is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Ouch. And that is right there. Rojas to Cedeno. And they get a Taco Bell double play. Boy, that one is a 1-2-3 inning. And that's the side retired. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We're 4.5 with San Antonio leading this ball game by 1-0. So Joshua Mears will be back. He is the center fielder as he'll come up for San Antonio in the bottom of 4 when we return. Got ready for the bottom of the fourth right here in the San Antonio Baseball Network. Well, that'll bring up center fielder Joshua Mears. Graham's back to work, and down and in, a changeup is 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, that one outside, again, 2 balls, no strikes. And just rain as we go through already 4.5, now bottom of 4. He's getting this one going here tonight. And that's a 3-1 count. On deck is Marcos Castellon. Pretty good at that as well.
Take your base, ball 4.
And right there, ball 4. He puts him on first.
Now batting, the first baseman, Marcos Castellon.
And Castellon coming up to the plate, the first baseman tonight for San Antonio. Good hold up right there. What did you say about that there, Bob? Boy, when you have a great hold up, you got to finesse. A finesse is something that you can really get used to if you hold up and see where that ball goes. I wholeheartedly agree there, Bob. You got a great opinion there. We got a beautiful downtown look of San Antonio, and we'll say it is pretty nice, but a nicely decorated tower. Our lighted up Tower of Americas. There is Jacob Campbell, the right fielder. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 away. Runner at first. And the pitch. That is right there, lined up to right center. That's a base hit. Boy, and starting to see that lightning now as
the designated hitter.
Pretty much on a rainy Friday night on opening night. Now, San Antonio plays in the rain against their opponent, Amarillo. First and second, 1 away. Here is 6-hole batter Cole Roederer. As he takes a changeup inside, it's a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. And the pitch. That is a chopped foul curveball. And it's 0-2. Looking for a few more here tonight. And that one is going to be blistered high in the air up to right field. And here comes a runner from second going to third, and he is out on a double play. And that is a big, huge, costly mistake right there. As he tries to book it for third and gets nagged out, and that ends the inning. But San Antonio still holds on a run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left in this one. Top of the 5th inning coming up as Gavin Conticello coming in for Amarillo as we get ready for 5 here this evening. Top of the fifth inning for Amarillo right now in the San Antonio Baseball Network. Well, Gavin Conticello coming in. 1-run ball game. San Antonio holding up that one. Rainy opening night of this new season. And that one's pitched in for a strike. It's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike the count. And the pitch. High in the air. Third baseman Rojas has it, and he's got it for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Kevin Sim.
Kevin Sim is the designated hitter coming in this one. One away, nobody on. Tying run up to the plate right there in the hot corner. And that's count now 0-1. Well, you would say it would be the inside corner. Okay, well, thank you for correcting me there, Bob. I appreciate it. 0-1. High in the air, deep to center. Mears run it down. Shallow right field makes the play for the out, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder Anderson Rojas.
And that'll bring up Anderson Rojas, playing up in left field. The pitch. That one right up to left, and that gets past the hot corner third baseman with a base hit. By golly, that was a pretty good base hit for Amarillo. Yeah, I would say, John, you're right about that. It is a good base hit, and evidently it has been. Alvin Guzman coming in. Boy slider outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, just been a wet evening thus far, right, Bob? Yeah, we're watching the ball game and the weather at the same time here on opening night. Yeah, sure is.
1-1.
But evidently the rain is nice. It's been a hot day. The humidity. I mean, really, it's just all the above in the start of our summer months here. That one is fouled away, and the count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on. With a 1-run lead for San Antonio in this ball game. 1-2. That one is hit, and where is it going? It is gone. And that's a 2-run shot for Alvin Guzman. As that will be 2 runs home for Amarillo. .318, 92.6 in the exit velocity. And they almost got out of this half inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Alvin Guzman. And here's the next batter up, Caleb Roberts. Catching tonight for the Sod Poodles. Pop out is 0 for 1 in this ball game. Well, Amarillo leads it 2-1 here in this half inning. And that is up to center field. Mears has it in sight. Plain sight, I would say. And that will do for this half inning. But 2 runs in to score on 1 hit, no errors. And nobody left on. Midway through 5, Amarillo leads it 2-1. Yendry Rojas will lead it off bottom of 5 when we come back. We're back for an in now. And sets aside Connor Grams.
One
We'll
strike.
take that one in for a strike, and that's pretty good on him. Tying run up to the plate. That is Rojas. And that is laced up to left center. That's a base hit. Boy, he is really getting going in this ball game, right? I would say, John, that's a pretty good one. Nerwillian Sedano coming in. He's 1-for-1. And did he go? No, he did not. Peeled down by Jack Davis. That's for ball one. Jack Davis, our third base umpire.
One ball, one strike.
Boy, and he had that pitch call corrected right there. And that's going to be right there. Step on the bag for one. And they don't get the guy out at first, but they do get the force at second. And that is one away.
Now batting.
Leo Dallas DeVries, the shortstop, coming in for the Missions. Well, pretty good night thus far, and let's hope and pray it is a good night. A San Antonio victory would go a long way in the start of the season. Yeah, I would say, John, it really would. Do much of big difference and stuff. That one up the left, and that's out number two. Boy, 2 up, 2 down, but have a run in on at first due to a base hit. And that'll bring up the starting batting order. Left fielder, Albert Fabian. Boy, Fabian coming in nicely. That one is fouled off, and the count now 0-1. Got a beautiful shot of Tower of Americas in that downtown San Antonio area. That is fouled off. It's 0-2 the count. By golly, I got to say, John, it's just one of them things. You try to hit a ball, but you can't get it to go where you need it. Well, that changeup fouled off, and boy, still hanging on. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at first, and that's going to be lined right to the second baseman, out number 3, as that ends the half inning. Well, 2-1 our score, as Amarillo still leads this one by 1 run in this ball game. And we're back with the top of the 6th inning coming up, as the next batter, Manuel Pena, will lead it off for the Sod Poodles when we come back. Top of the sixth inning for Amarillo, right now on the San Antonio Baseball Network. Well, Manuel Pena coming in now as he leads off 1, 2, and 3 for the Amarillo sixth inning. Right there in the end, strike one as we're underway of inning number 6 here in this one. No balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that's a 0-2 count.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Still a little light drizzle coming down, but a few lightning strikes.
1-2.
That is outside. It's 1-2. Don't forget, series will wrap up Sunday afternoon, 1:05 first pitch. Don't forget, we have ice cream to cool you down, presented by friends at Bluebell. 1-2. That one is right there, foul, as it goes in foul territory. So pretty good right there is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pena getting in there. That one high in the air. Castellon leaves his post. And he'll make the grab in the foul grounds for out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, Tommy Troy.
Well, Tommy Troy, the shortstop, coming in. 2 for 2, a double and a single last time up. And the pitch. Right there in the end for a strike. It's 0-1. So, Bob, this is your 4th season. This is my 5th season of Missions Baseball. Yeah, that's right. And I trail a 1 year from you. Yeah, you do. You're a pretty good partner, I would say. Yeah. So, tell me something. Is your wife doing good? And she's doing really good. Hey, you got to bring her out to this Sunday's ball game. That'd be pretty nice. Yeah, I think it would. 0-2. High fly in the air. Up to right field is Campbell. Makes the running grab, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jackson Feltner.
Well, Jackson Feltner coming in. First baseman for the Sod Poodles tonight. Fly out and a pop out. 0 for 2 for the Sod Poodles. Well, if you are in Amarillo, and I would say this to a lot of fans in the Panhandle, that Amarillo will be back after Sunday. Sod Poodles take on first time round Springfield Cardinals, while San Antonio heads to the south to take on Corpus Christi. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Get them down, and that ends the half inning. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. And that will do for this one. Salas, Mears, and Castellon will lead off the bottom of 6 when we return. It's a 2-1 ball game here in this one. Well, we are the bottom of the sixth inning right here on the Missions Baseball Network. This broadcast brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides, and as I said before, visit their website at www.westcreektrailrides.com and book your online appointment for horseback riding. Tuesday through Sunday, any day of those would work perfectly. Take your family out, and just want a big shout out to them, of course. And yes, be pretty good. Well, we are ready to go, and here is the next batter, catcher Ethan Salas. Salas coming in, ready to go. The pitch to him, and that is going to be high fly in the air up to center, and that is going to be run down by the center fielder for out number 1.
The center fielder, number 14, Joshua Mears.
Joshua Mears coming in is a 0 for 1. Boy, and what they need to do is tie this ball game and get going. That's going to be line drive, and that's going to hit the base of the wall, and that's going to put Mears at second. And that's a double meat cheeseburger, courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. Oh, that was beautiful, right, Bob? I got to say, John, absolutely right. You know, and now you just need a few more base hits, and that would be pretty good for San Antonio right there. Yeah, it sure would be. For batter, Marcos Castellon coming in, and that's count now 0-1. 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out to him. And the pitch. And that one's going to be blistered high in the air, deep to left, and that is gone! And San Antonio takes back the lead. It's 3-2. Marcos Castellon, boy howdy. Never forget that name in Texas League baseball. He blistered that one like nothing else, John. Yeah, he sure did. 105.8 miles per hour in the exit velocity. And that was a well-hit pitch to the fastball and stuff. Well, pitcher gets relieved by the manager for Amarillo, and we'll say that will do for the starter. We'll have a new arm coming up, and that is Kyle Buckus. I think there's been a lot of people remembering this guy, as he's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball slider and a two-seam fastball as well. But evidently on opening night, he's getting the reserve call on the mound for the Sod Poodles. Right fielder is Jacob Campbell as he comes in. 3-2 our score. San Antonio leading a run. Campbell to the plate now in this ball game. And right there, a strike on them, and it's a count now 0-2. Got 2 warm-ups out there. That is Barnes and another Sod Poodle pitcher. Barnes and Clayton, if I recall. Pretty nice on that.
Now batting, the designated
Out number 2, and that's Cole Roederer coming, the designated hitter. Bottom of 6. 3-2 our score. San Antonio leads the run. And the pitch. And that one is going to be blistered high in the air, and he can't get there as both outfielders give a chase, and Roederer's going to get a double. Well, boy, howdy. You don't see that every day, but now you do. So 4th run for San Antonio is 100 feet away from the score in position. Yendry Rojas, 2 for 2, 2 singles, a run. Runner in scoring position with 2 away here in the bottom of 6. That one is high in the air, deep to right. And that will do it. Marcos Castellon takes back the lead as it's a 2-run shot for him, as 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. As we go to the 7th inning, it's 3-2 for the Missions. So we'll be right back after this. A new arm coming in for San Antonio when we get back.
Now pitching for the Missions, number 60, Omar Cruz.
All right, so we're back here on Minor League Baseball, the show, as we start the top of the 7th inning as Gino Groover comes in 0 for 2. He'll lead us off in the 7th inning as that's taken in for a strike. It's 0-1. Omar Cruz pitching in for San Antonio. He's the reliever on the hill for the Missions. So pretty good in that. Groover, or should I say Omar Cruz, he was in last year's Texas League with San Antonio. So pretty good right there. And that's going to be right to Cedeno at second. They'll throw the first, and they get him easily for Castellon to gobble up and take him down as well. Gavin Conticello, 0 for 2, a fly out in that one. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be lifted high in the air. Campbell is watching it, and he won't make the play. So that is 0-1 to count now to Conticello. 3-2 our score. San Antonio up a run. That's going to be lined up to left, and that's a base hit in front of Fabian.
Now batting, designated hitter Kevin Sim.
That will bring up Kevin Sim. Sim coming in, ready to go. Takes that one down and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Sim defensively for Amarillo, one of a great kind of prospects. Well, last year hitting really good. That one up to right field. Campbell will make the play for out number 2 on that one.
The batter, the left fielder, Anderson Rojas.
That will bring up Anderson Rojas. Rojas coming in now for Amarillo. 2 out, 1 on. Runner at first here in this half inning. Well, we know what's coming up next, don't we, Bob? Yep, it's the 7th inning stretch, first time of the season in this series opener. That is right there, Bob. Here's the 0-1. That one right there. Castellon gets it down to DeVries, and that is out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. Bottom of 7 coming up as San Antonio leads it 3-2. So back here after this as Norwelian Cedeno will lead us off for San Antonio when we come back. Well, hope you had a pretty good stretch as we get set for the bottom of the seventh inning for San Antonio right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Up to bat now is Nerwillian Cedeno as he comes in. Ready to go for San Antonio here in this one, and that's a strike inside. It's 0-1. Tomorrow night, 7:05 our first pitch, and after the game, sit back, relax, enjoy the best fireworks show. First one ever, courtesy of West Creek Trail Rides. Here's the 0-2. That one is laced deep to left and hits the wall nearly for the out.
Number 94.
Also brought to you in part by our fireworks show from West Creek is Dr. Pepper as well. Leo Dallas DeVries coming in as he'll take a strike inside at 0-1. That one is inside for a strike, and it's 0-2. Just a one-run ball game for San Antonio here in this one. And that one is deep to left. Is it gone? No, it's foul. 9.5 foot outside the foul pole. And boy, he nearly hit that one. Would have been a home run deep to left. Again, he slices that one foul. Boy, trying to get something going, and one thing after another. It's funny how you look at it. One ball goes foul, but another one could go in. That is up to left, and that's going to get down a base hit. Well, by golly, things are getting good for San Antonio this new year. And that's going to take us up to the top of the batting order. Here's Albert Fabian as he'll take a strike inside at 0-1. Again, he flied out in the first. He's 0 for 3 for the Missions here tonight. And yes, somebody is screaming out there. Look out for the double play. They ain't wrong about that. And a pitch. That one deep to center. Boy, that one's carrying. And that will go right to the center fielder for the out. And that is out number 2.
Catcher, Ethan Salas.
Catcher is Ethan Salas. Don't forget our series finale against Amarillo. Sod Poodles return home to take on Springfield. Missions head on the road to Corpus Christi after this small little homestand. Right up to right, and that is it. The inning is over. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, and one left on as we head to the 8th inning, and the Missions hold a 1-run lead. It's 3-2. Alvin Guzman will lead it off for Amarillo when we come back, as it's a 1-run score, San Antonio 3, Amarillo 2. Well, we're about set for the top of the eighth inning for Amarillo, but we do have our scores coming in as we get set for this one. Take it away, John. Thank you, Bob. Tulsa is 8-2 against Northwest Arkansas, and their three-game series there at DCJ Field, and pretty good as Drillers and Northwest Arkansas getting something going. But boy, I tell you one thing, uh, there is, I think, loaded up bases with two away. But anyway, we'd have to find that out and probably see it for ourselves what happens then. Well, we're headed for the eighth inning as Alvin Guzman coming in. One-run ball game, San Antonio in front.
No, that's a ball.
That's a ball outside. It's the count now 1-0. Underway, top of the eighth. 1-0. Right there and inside for a strike. It's 1-1. One and one. Here's the delivery. And he's going to get down low and chase a low one in the dirt. And that's a strike 1-2. 1-2. Here's a pitch. And right there in the inside corner, that's a strikeout.
Now batting, catcher Caleb Roberts.
That'll bring in Caleb Roberts. 3-2 our ball game here, and San Antonio leading this one up the charge. Here's the pitch. Right there and in, and that's a strike. It's 0-1. A fly out and a pop out is 0 for 2 in this game here tonight. Now, as I said before, if you are alert, 7:05 our first pitch tomorrow evening and 1 o'clock on Sunday.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Hopefully, weather will not be a big factor, but we could see a slight chance of storms both Saturday and Sunday as well. The 0-2 delivery. That one right there, DeVries in short, will pass it to the first baseman, and that is out number 2. Well, Manuel Pena, the second baseman, coming in. Well, he flied out in the first and is 0 for 3. The pitch. High in the air. Rojas, the third baseman, will get in foul grounds, and that will do it for this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left as we're midway through the eighth inning. It's 3-2 for San Antonio.
Now,
our new arm for Amarillo will come in, and we'll be ready to go after a break for the Sod Poodles relief pitcher. Well, we lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for San Antonio. And we do have our next
Logan.
relief pitcher up, Logan Clayton. And yeah, John, I got to say that 95-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball, he's got a arsenal of that one. Now he does.
Leading off.
Slider, changeup, two-seam fastball is accompanied by that as well.
Mears.
Next batter up, center fielder Joshua Mears. Take a strike inside, it's 0-1. Well, I tell you one thing, if they can escape this one, and that's going to be lifted high in the air up to left, and that's out for the one away.
Baseman number 6, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castellon is 1 for 3, and last time up, 2-run shot. So pretty good on that one. Well, it seems to me that evidently with the thunderstorm activity starting to wind down, at least for the time being, we are pretty much getting a break in the rain, it looks. Yeah, just a few droplets here and there. It's not a big problem. I would say, Bob, you're absolutely right about that. And evidently, San Antonio still leading this 1-1 ball game, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, Jacob.
And the right fielder, Jacob Campbell, coming in, 1 for 3, a single. His last time at the plate. And that is going to be right there, and they're going to underthrow, and boy, howdy, circus act right there. He gets on by a bunt, and that's going down as a hit. Wow, that was remarkable. I have never, ever seen anything like that before. Designated hitter, Cole Roederer coming in as 1 for 3, a double. 3-2 ball game here on opening night 2025. Well, that takes in a strike inside. It's 0-2 the count. 2 away runner at first. And that is right there, strike 3 looking. As that no run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. As top of the 9th coming up, the Missions hold a 1-run lead. Tommy Troy will lead off the 9th inning in this one. 3-2 our ball game. It's a close one here on opening night. And we're back with more baseball. First of this 3-game set against the Sod Poodles. Well, we're back for the top of the ninth inning right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Tommy Troy coming up now as it's a one-run ball game for San Antonio. If they can hold the lead and see if they could do it here on opening night. That one down and in, 1 ball, no strikes to Troy. 2, 3, and 4 due up in this half inning. 1-0 delivery. Right there in the end, that's a strike inside, 1-1. Well, join us tomorrow evening, 7:05, our first pitch, and more than welcome to stay for our first ever season post-game fireworks extravaganza presented by West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper. First bark in the park is Sunday afternoon, 1:05, first pitch. Make sure you bring your four-legged friends out. 1-2. That one high in the air. Up to right field is Campbell. And he'll make the grab, and that's out number 1.
The batter, the first baseman, Jackson Feltner.
First baseman Jackson Feltner, strikeout, fly out, and a pop out. Coming in this ball game. And the pitch. Down and in, a strike inside. It's 0-1. 2 more outs left for Amarillo to rally back in the start of the series. And that one is down and outside. It's 1-1. Well, he's starting to get that water off of him as evidently it's still misting out and little rain here and there, but thunderstorms will arrive by overnight. Got a great crowd, though. I mean, the stadium loaded up perfectly on this first game of 3. 1-2. That one high in the air, and it'll go foul. A lucky souvenir for somebody to have. 1-2, one more time. And that is fouled off, and he'll see another. One-run ball game here. 3-2 our score. San Antonio up a run. And that one is foul. So he'll run it down, but no getting it on that one. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he'll go down a strike. So second strikeout for Omar Cruz. And they're one way from getting a first ever win for San Antonio. That's inside for a strike. It's 0-1. 0 for 3, strikeout and 2 groundouts. And the pitch. That is right there. Rojas gets it. And San Antonio wins it. First one of the season, and they come through by a run. And the Missions will celebrate the victory by a 3-2 final. Well, we need to go ahead and get things going here on the word pad and stuff. All right, so Amarillo and San Antonio are done for the night. That was a perfectly good ball game. Now, can't wait for tomorrow evening as we get set for game 2 of our 3-game set. It'll look pretty good. Well, we definitely need to check scores there in Midland and see what's going on. Rockhounds have the pole position. Amarillo getting the loss, and Midland might be getting a victory if they could pull it off against Arkansas. But that, we would have to look at it. Now, let's see what we got here. Well, Midland is top of the 8th inning. It's 7-5 as Midland leads the game by 2 runs. Not bad at all for the Rockhounds. See, Corpus Christi is still in front of Frisco 6-4. Well, with Wichita and Springfield being rained out, well, that will be a postponed game for their opening day. So only worry about the 8 teams that had played this evening. But we did make it through the rain, and boy, it came down the start of this ball game, and thinking that they were going to put the tarp on the field, which they didn't even do that. That was pretty good. Well, thunderstorms are possible after 12 midnight. And hopefully we don't get anything bad. Now, we do have a strong thunderstorms. Chance of rain is 100% with a localized flooding possible. But we're going to have to see when the storms show up, and I do believe 12 midnight is when it does happen. Well, we are going to stay on the air. So far, hope everybody has enjoyed opening night with the San Antonio Missions taking on Amarillo, and we're just so happy that y'all came in and joined us. And second game of our 3-game set tomorrow evening. Well, I hope you guys get yourselves home safely before the ugliness of Mother Nature shows her head. But anyway, we are going to stay online and see if we have some scores coming in. And I think we have a pretty good one. But for San Antonio, 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors. For Amarillo, 2 runs on 5 hits. No errors in this one. All right, so we are still staying live, and so far we are looking at Midland, seeing where they're at. They're still bottom of 7. Oh, bottom of the 8th. I do apologize about that. Still a 7-5 ball game against the Arkansas Travelers. We're pretty good on that. Feel like there is no broadcast in Midland, but evidently we are pretty much keeping track of their scores. Well, I think we are going to get off the air, and hopefully you guys had a pretty good day, and we've all had a good day here on opening night 2025. So as I said before, get home safely and be back tomorrow night for a 7:05 first pitch. We are live at 6:45 to bring you live coverage. Now, evidently, we are going for our second pregame show, and hope you guys are super excited for what we have going on tomorrow evening. Is we have postgame fireworks presented by Dr. Pepper and West Creek. And then our 105 series finale against Amarillo Sunday afternoon. So hopefully Mother Nature will allow us to play baseball. Hopefully she won't be as mean as she tried to be tonight, but Yeah, well, I don't think we've seen anything yet. But anyway, it's been a good evening, and first win for San Antonio is on the board. We've had a pretty good night thus far, and it was a real good evening. Well, anyway, thank y'all for joining us, and come back and see us tomorrow as we say good night from Wolf Stadium here in beautiful San Antonio. So y'all have a good night. Be safe. Get home safely.